So a serious barrier to progression seems to be the ick factor. People are just not that keen to drink their own waste. The way I see it, there are a few ways of getting over this. For example, currently 40% of Singapore's drinking water is recycled water. For Singapore, this was a clear necessity. For a good amount of time, they were importing half their water supply from Malaysia, and this deal was coming to an end. Their highly treated recycled water is actually considered above standards for drinking water set by the World Health Organization. Research has shown that the way Singapore, a quasi-democratic society, presented recycled water as a necessity and a norm allowed it to progress so far. Even studies in Australia have shown that when you provide alternative solutions that aren't recycled wastewater as non-viable options, people change their tune about recycled water pretty quickly. Demonstrating the necessity for recycled water is in a way a technique, but I think there are other available techniques out there in order to change people's minds. Here is a good example. In 2014, the Indian Prime Minister launched a campaign to increase the number of individual and community toilets across the country. So what happened? People ended up using them for storage, setting up temples, and pulling them apart to make lean-tos. Enter the No Toilet, No Bride campaign, or, and I love this as the jingle goes, No loo, no I do. It encouraged women in their families to expect toilets in the groom's house before they were married. This made a huge difference to sanitation in India. In only 4 years, private sanitation was expected to increase over 20%. Having a toilet was then added to the list of desirable traits for a potential husband. It also made the competition interesting. So what went wrong for Toowoomba? There's actually a fair amount of research into this, and a bit of that shows that they thought that there were guinea pigs for the rest of Australia, and they didn't want to be the first city to try it. Here in Perth, we had voted for 79% of us wanting groundwater replenishment scheme. So this was backed again to the out of sight, out of mind attitude, but this maybe is a necessary stepping stone. Ideally though, we will be directly recycling our wastewater. Perhaps we should also be considering how to make it cool. We have some of the best people working on renewable energy technology. It's all a bit of a buzz industry in some circles. Imagine if we had the energy and the excitement of a new gadget, all of that of Elon Musk working on a new wastewater treatment system. Maybe that's how we could then change public perception.